Today we are going to be tasting the Sneaky Bucha, which is a kombucha and beer combination. Hello, I'm Jo and this is Maximo. And today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different. We have got the Sneaky Bucha.
Interesting.
Wow, you just sort of came across this and thought that looks interesting?
I did, and I like the look of it. I do drink kombucha as a healthier alternative to soft drink. On many occasions I thought, this looks interesting, beer and kombucha. And I like the packaging as well. You can see that the little, it's got a little sort of finger hold, and it's a nice little 4-pack.
Yeah, so this can holder, for one of a better, so there's a proper name for what this is.
Carrier?
Carrier, maybe. It used to come in like a soft plastic, but now it's a hard plastic, which is 100% recyclable, so just a bit better.
Better on the environment.
Yeah. Yeah, so shall I pull one out?
I think so.
And do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Indeed, thank you. So this is a Sneaky Bucha, the brand, and they're from Byron Bay in northern New South Wales. This is a XPA. I don't know what an XPA is. Oh, that was a satisfying detachment.
It's something pale ale?
Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
Could be like an extra pale ale. And this is basically beer with a dash of kombucha. I mean, kombucha's been very popular as a healthy alternative to soft drinks, and advertises very low on sugar. And it's also really good because it's a fermented drink. It's really good for the digestive system. Full of probiotics, so that's really good for people that have sort of tummy issues. This particular kombucha and beer is sourced from local ingredients, and I don't think there's
it's an Australian local produce, is it?
It is.
Yep.
It is, and in terms of sugar, I think there's around 1 gram of sugar.
Yeah. Of Byron, as in Byron Bay, which is in New South Wales, for those of you not in Australia.
And so this particular drink is about 30% lower carbs than a normal beer. So for those people looking to maintain their physique, it might be the lower carb and healthier alternative. Shall we start pouring this? Now, in terms of kombucha, it's very different to beer. Kombucha is made with tea and sugar, and what happens, Jo, is that there's a SCOBY, or a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast that's added to it, and in the fermentation process, this SCOBY actually eats all the sugar as part of the fermentation process, and it becomes quite low in sugar and low in carbs, whereas beer is made, in this particular one, with water, hops, malt and yeast. And the fermentation process actually creates natural sugars from that fermentation process. And the beer and kombucha, basically this organisation makes the beer, makes its kombucha, and then blends the two together to create what we have before us. Now it's quite a pale sort of colour. It's
lighter than a regular beer, wouldn't you say?
And there's not a head.
No. It sort of poured a bit like a cider, actually.
Did it? It looks quite bubbly and effervescent, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It sort of has a beer-like flavour. It's a very, very delicate flavour. You know what, to me, it's more cider-like, isn't it? It smells like cider. Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It's quite sort of a fruity. It smells like more of a kombucha than a cider.
I mean, I've had kombucha, but I don't really drink it like you do. It smells like apple cider.
Apple cider. I think there's a hint of hops and perhaps some beer. Like it's a very, I'd say it was it smells a bit like a low alcohol beer.
Yeah, so it's 4%.
It is. Yeah, these 4-pack is about $18, so it's nearly sort of $5 a can, which is quite expensive. Or you've gone ahead and tasted it.
Sorry. Oh, it does not taste like cider at all.
Doesn't it?
No.
Well, I'll let you know.
Sorry, I raced ahead then. I couldn't resist sipping that.
This isn't what I expected. This is. I expected something horrible.
I had an open mind.
But this is very beer-like.
It's very beer-like.
It's sort of a very light Indian pale ale or something along those lines. It's certainly a beer taste.
So now I've had a taste of it, I can't smell it as smell the cidery taste.
It's certainly it's beer-like. It's the first taste is a little bit bitterness, but I think that the sugar, the finish is sort of a sweeter, sweeter finish than say a bitter beer that I would probably prefer. But as a healthier, lower carb alternative, I'd certainly give this a go. I mean, summer's coming, and you know, that might be a healthier alternative to a beer.
Yeah, on those hot days when you feel like a long, cool drink. Certainly, I mean, I've checked the sugar percentage on here, and it is low. There's
Very low.
Less than 1
gram
in this, so it's a lot lower than
yes, I don't know.
pretty much anything. Because sometimes when they say, you know, lower carb, it's like that much lower. So you really have got to read the label if you're after something. Yeah,
and this is 4% alcohol, so it's probably you know, most Australian beers are sitting around the 4.8, 4.95% alcohol. So it's a little bit lower in alcohol, but a lot lower in sugar. Now, this is quite a nice beer. I think it's not quite for me a summer beer. I think a summer beer on a hot day in Melbourne, you want something that's quite refreshing and perhaps less sweet. So I think
I don't think this is sweet.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: I haven't had a beer in a really long time.
No, I haven't had a beer for a short while as well.
I'm really. I don't know. It might be a couple of years since I've actually had a beer.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That long?
Yeah.
It's certainly it's not a bitter beer. It's quite a light.
I mean, do we have beer at home?
We do. I've got a couple of.
A couple?
A couple.
I haven't seen one in a long time.
We've come out of a fairly long, dark, wet winter, so it's not really for me beer drinking weather. So I've tend to sort of concentrate on the single malts.
The warming.
Warm the cockles of the heart.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's been quite intriguing. It's probably a lot nicer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's perfectly drinkable.
It is.
Perfectly. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And on that,
I might start drinking beer again.
you might. Well,
On a hot day, maybe.
yeah.
Not every day.
I'll buy some more of these beer and kombucha.
Well, you know, we don't want to stockpile it, but you know, a few cans at a time is maybe okay.
On a very hot day.
Yeah. Does it feel better, like knowing it's a bit healthier?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think every little bit helps.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, we can't sort of consume copious amounts of alcohol and sugar all the time.
Yeah.
And on that note, Joe, cheers.
Cheers, Maximum.
And enjoy.
Enjoy.